Sparkle. Come. That's my girl.
That's very good. Nice work, Sparkle.
Sparkle, come. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. How are you? No. The foundation. Oh, nice wood, sweetheart. Good girl. Good girl. No. Good. Come. That's my girl. Good girl.
Hi. Hi, sweetheart.
Down. That's my girl.
Wow. You're doing really
Stay.
good.
She is. Girl. This is the foundation, and it's as soon as she gets this, everything else will be much easier. Girl. The big thing is, we're going to see some really funny movements from her, and it's actually quite a joy because she might fumble here and there and stumble, but she's always got a smile on her face. It doesn't really get her down. So, we're having a good time. And then she's got that hair. But, that's the beauty of this type of training, is that we can, even dogs like this who have different types of struggles, not the everyday struggles, we can help this dog's mind slow down, think, be present, and then make better choices. Not only better choices as far as bad behavior, good behavior, but hopefully make her feel more comfortable in the world around her. Give her some skills, okay? So right now we're just working on a simple concept of staying and recalling. No, and within this concept, she's learning that the stay command means to disengage from the things going on around her. And that's going to be huge moving forward, because that's going to translate to the place command, and all the commands actually. And then the recall is going to be very important, because that's going to help me show her where she needs to be for the going into the count, getting onto the place bed. It's going to make it a little bit easier to teach the other commands. And then, you know, once she's got this foundation, we'll add in the other commands, and we'll see a very, very nice, beautiful way of communicating with her. Okay, very clear. Come. That's my girl. Good job. We're not going to do a sit with Sparkle, because although she does know sit, when she looks up at me, her balance goes off and she tips over pretty much every time. So we're just going to do down with her, so we're just not going to use sit in the program for her. Good girl. Come. That's a good girl. That's nice. I'm patting and in that down. Good girl. Stay. Okay. Good girl.
She's smart.
She actually is way smarter than you might expect. If you see her fumbling around, you might think that maybe something's wrong with her brain, but she seems to be able to pick up on these concepts pretty quickly. The thing I noticed about her though is she doesn't have any experience really with the, it's interesting because of this issue of shaking more than than normal and falling over. She has a hard time focusing on things with her eyes, her vision, and this can impact the way she behaves. So I'm noticing that by keeping her still in this command, you're going to see a lot more of her looking and watching things. So she's gonna come into better conclusions as to how the world works. All right, see this right here? This is amazing for her. To be laying like that and to figure out that she can just relax and look, that's gonna be huge. Now, good girl. It's gonna be huge moving forward to teach her how to behave when guests come in and how to behave when we're here or when we're there. The vision is very important. We like dogs to be passively watching and taking in information. And before, her head moved around so much, she wasn't seeing anything. It was this, and then it was this, and it was falling over. And you can imagine that. And I know she's got this balance issue, but what I'm thinking is that she's moving her head around so much that she gets dizzy. Because what I'm noticing, even though she still has bad balance, when she's not moving her head around like that, she seems to be a little bit more stable. So I think this will help with her balance a little bit. So this is good. Everything's good. Look at that. That's what I like to see. A dog who's thinking and she's taking in information passively. I mean, that's where it starts. That is the foundation of this program. Okay? I love it. The commands are secondary to that, you know. They're easy. Once we get a dog who understands how to go into this calm state of mind and take direction, then boy, it becomes a real joy working with these dogs. Good, yeah. I was testing on that beef, wasn't I? Good deal. Okay. Like a lot of dogs, the sound of the kennel is the trigger for excitement, or the sight of a leash. Good. Okay, that's a click on the e-phone. Oh, loud. Yeah. For the food. Good. These are what I'd consider mild distraction work. I'm not putting too much pressure on her right away. I'm just trying to get her to make little mistakes. And she's pretty much got wise to this. Nope. Okay, so that way I can teach her what to do when she feels the e-collar pressure. If you make a mistake, what do? Go back into the command. So that's part of the teaching. Very good. It's funny, you got to teach them what to do after they get corrected. They don't just know all the time. So this part, we're learning what to do when she makes a little error in the down command. Ooh, that got everybody's attention. That got this guy's attention for sure. Okay. So now she has a choice to make. She knows she's not supposed to get up, but she might want that treat.
She loves her food.
She absolutely goes crazy for food. Good girl. Swinging those eyes back around, looking me in the eyes. I'm there to say nice work. And then she got corrected for that, which is silent. And then I'll pick it up.
What number are you on?
Right now, she seems to be responding to a 5 for my conversational level. If I have to go a little higher, I'm hitting the boost, which is set 5+. So that would put it at 10. So I'm going to start actually continuing with the foundation work here and start making sure that we don't skip over any of the small things that a lot of dogs come here knowing some basic stuff, like they know their name or they might know a sit. So I'm going to check to see if she knows her name. And what the name means for us is to just listen. It doesn't mean any command. Down. It just means pay attention because you're going to get a string of commands. So I don't want to say her name and then have her start guessing commands. Good. Okay. Good girl. She's got to learn how to take a treat. I haven't used a treat yet, but there. Down. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's a good girl. She's She definitely picks up on things like, so I have an idea of what like the average dog feels like by now. And so her learning progress feels up here fairly average. The physical slows it down a little bit, that's all. And the fact that she's just so foreign. She wasn't operant when she came here, which means she didn't know that her behavior affected the outcome of the world. That slows it down. But once she becomes operant, once we learn what her limitations physically are, this girl's she's gonna do very, very well. You watch. A couple weeks from now, she can be impressing everybody. Good girl. See, this is important. This whole eye contact thing is very important. No. So, when she makes mistakes like that, that's equivalent to a dog. You've seen dogs like accidentally start and then they stop and put themselves in a down because of her disposition physically. Her reflexes could literally pop her up and then back down on her face. So you might see things like that every now and then. I assure you, that is not knee collar correction. That is just her starting to make a wrong choice and stopping herself. It looks like, sometimes it literally looks like a seal, kind of like flopping on shore. It's the cutest thing. Okay, so, good girl. That's my sweetheart right there, right? That's what she's learning. Break. Yeah. See, this state of mind stuff starts from the beginning. Get over here. Get over here. Yes. Hello. Yes. I gotta say, she's definitely fills my cup when I work with her, just because it's a unique challenge. That's fun. But boy, the sweetest little thing, aren't you? Yes, you are.